Hey, I'm Chad. I love vinyl. Today I'm looking at the Beatles Help, the UK version, which is the version I'm most familiar with and love. It's an awesome album, so solid. I'm really not familiar with the American release. I know it is more of a soundtrack. I'm very familiar with the movie, which I love. Gold. All of it pure gold. But let's take a look at this. Let's go in track by track. I find this stuff really interesting, and I think you will too. All right, Help. I mean, this is iconic right here. Let's look at the title track, the opening song. Perfect song by John. What a confessional song. He was pretty much giving a response to the whole Beatlemania thing that was just so out of this world. He couldn't get his head around it. It was kind of freaking him out. So he's crying for help, creating such a wonderful pop song. It's Lennon's mastery, lyrically, musically. I mean, come on, the intro. What more can you say about it? One of the best songs they ever wrote, I think. Definitely one of the best that Lennon wrote. The harmonies, everything. I mean, what a great title for a movie. I know it was supposed to originally be called 8 Arms to Hold You, which is a little bit of a mouthful, so I'm glad they went with this. You know, I want to say, and please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, did he write this on demand as well, like he had with A Hard Day's Night? I'm not really sure, but somebody inform me, okay? Because I think I heard something to that effect. It's unreal how talented these guys were. Hey, if you would, subscribe, like, comment. These videos are so fun to make. I'd love to keep making them. Love the encouragement. If you want to check out other videos I've done, there's a playlist in the description. The Night Before, perfect second track. Just another upbeat pop tune. Paul at his best. What a driving song, just a catchy song. I mean, it's only the second track, but it is kind of a deep cut, you know, it's a little hidden. These guys, even on the B-side type material, it's still so good. It's got the Beatle touch that is just magic. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. One of my favorite songs on here, could be my favorite song on here. It's another song my friend and I did back in high school that we absolutely loved. Killer lyrics, killer melody, folky goodness from Lennon. So, perfect song in my book. I Need You, great Harrison tune. Kind of acoustic-y, folky. I love the electric guitar in this. I think they discovered a volume pedal, and they would do these wah, 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 you know? And it's so tastefully done. I'm sure maybe George did the volume pedal thing. Was it Paul, possibly? Because I know Paul could step in on lead parts every now and then. George kind of has moodier stuff. His take on songwriting is so good. I love his stuff. Even into his solo work, he's such a good songwriter. So, great tune. Love I Need You. Another Girl. Good song. Catchy McCartney tune. Yet another one, just kind of a B-side type tune, but a good one. It's got the McCartney fairy dust on it, you know, so it sells. It's a good song. You're Gonna Lose That Girl. I think this is my son's favorite song on this album. Very Beatle-y. Very Beatle-y. The harmonies, love it. I love the solo on it. Paul and George doing these stellar background vocals with John's perfect lead vocals. Great song. Just perfect Beatle song. Ticket to Ride. Love the guitar riff on this. It's a very well-known Beatles song, and for good reason. The magic of it is the guitar riff. And Ringo's drums. I gotta note Ringo's drums. His rhythm choices in that song complement the guitar line so well. He is such a talented drummer, such a tasteful drummer. People give flack to Ringo, they really shouldn't, because he is a songwriter's drummer. Perfect song. I'll leave it at that. Side 2 kicks off with Act Naturally. Speaking of Ringo, I really like it. It's a Buck Owens tune. I love 60s country music. Ringo does a great job on this. George is doing the great lead work on this. Love the sound of that country gentleman. He's putting it to work. He's making it sing. Perfect against Ringo's vocal, Paul's harmony vocal on it, and it works great on this album. I did want to note here on this album, I feel like there's a country element kind of in it. Country, folk sort of thing. And I think that's further emphasized by George's cowboy hat right here. So the fact that they pick a Buck Owens tune, I think is only fitting, and just the Beatles making perfect creative decisions to make their album so great. It's Only Love I talked about in Rubber Soul, my last video. You can go watch that, and I go further into that, but I love that song. I love the verse, I love the chorus, everything about it. John wasn't a big fan of it, but I must protest, John. Great song. You Like Me Too Much. This is a Harrison tune that I think gets undue bashing. I've always liked this song, and I don't know if it was just because I discovered some of these Help tracks maybe when I was about 9 or so I was a little further into my Beatle discovery, and they just stood out to me because they were just new Beatle songs that I hadn't heard before. So they kind of have a special place in my heart, and this is one of them. But I just feel like it has this sort of light, whimsical quality to it that I just find absolutely charming. I like it a lot. Sorry. I picked this one. I give it a thumbs up. Okay, on to Tell Me What You See. Same sort of thing. This is another one that gets slammed on this album. I like it a lot. I like the keyboard on it. I think that's a great addition that just comes out of nowhere, that you've never really heard that kind of keyboard on it. I don't know if that was a Rhodes or a Wurlitzer. It says here electric piano. If somebody wants to let me know what kind of piano that was it a Rhodes? Was it a Wurlitzer? But a great song. I think it's great. No, it's not at the level of like Help or Ticket to Ride, but still a good song. It just pours out of these guys. They write great music. So moving on to I've Just Seen a Face. I covered this in my Rubber Soul video also. Love this tune. It's one of my favorites of this period of 1965. It was what I think is a perfect opener to the Rubber Soul American release. Many don't agree, and that's fine. I love this song. Always have, and it works here too. I like it on Help. Now we get to Yesterday, Paul's masterwork. One that's been covered by I don't know how many artists, but it's a treasure of a song. It's a pristine work of art. The addition of the string quartet that George Martin brought in was a stroke of genius. I don't think anyone had heard anything like this, and I think they considered putting this out as a McCartney solo number, but they thought, well, I don't know. I think it's probably better. I think it was a little too premature for Paul to be going solo at this point. But this is Paul coming to a whole new level of songwriting. It's indicating what's to come in the future. Perfect choice for this album. Okay, maybe I'll get a lot of flack for this. Dizzy Miss Lizzy should not have been on this album. I'm gonna stand by that. I'm sorry. I know it's probably one they did back in the days before they were big, playing in the Cavern, playing in Hamburg, and they just needed another track to fill out the album. I really wish they'd kept it at 13 tracks, not 14. Not a great song in my opinion, and it doesn't fit on this album. It does not fit on this album. Maybe some people like it. That's fine. I don't like it, and I don't like it here. They should have ended with Yesterday, and it should have closed the album. And that's all I have to say. I will stand by that. All that to say, this is a wonderful album from 1965. It's a perfect precursor to Rubber Soul that was to come after it. I did want to touch on a song from the American release, the James Bond theme. And I don't know if that's exactly what it's called. But anyway, I love that because that really stood out in the movie to me. It's just, it's so 60s, you know? It's so great how they did that. The movie's hilarious, and it's got this whole, you know, James Bond-y thing because they're trying to get away from the guys who are trying to get Ringo. I love the guy who plays the head cult leader. The other guy who's like his lackey is so funny. The slapstick in the movie is so hilarious. Of course, the Beatles are hilarious. I mean, the whole premise is so wacky. Great movie, great music. Check it out. I did a poll on YouTube of other artists I wanted to cover, and people chose as the first choice Paul Simon. So I'm going to look at his first album. It got me into his solo work. I went down the rabbit hole of his solo work after this one. This was the gateway. It's a wonderful singer-songwriter, early 70s album. Join me for that, and we'll see you next time.